We welcome you back here to Garrett. We apologize for a few technical difficulties as we ran into, as it seems like a natural occurrence here, but we are live. Bottom of the first inning, nothing score. The batter Carter Vaught's up to bat. Steinberg had a leadoff walk for Thomas Drugstore, and he's moved all the way up to third base on 2 stolen bases. And Vaught now stands in the box facing the pitcher Lowry, and an upstairs pitch is ball 4. So now Vaught gets on base and puts runner at the corners for the home run hitter Whitfield coming to the plate. And as many of you know that watched our previous game the other night here in Garrett when Meyersdale Thomas Drugstore played Berlin, Whitfield had a 3 home run night. And he's got a chance to pick up 2 RBIs with runners at third. And now Vaught moving up to second on the first pitch. So Vaught's at second base here for Thomas Drugstore. Steinberg standing at third. And then 1-0 count on the batter Whitfield in the box as Lowry steps and kicks from the rubber. And here's the toss home. But the pitch a little bit up high in the strike zone is taken for a ball, and now the count goes to 2-0 here on the right-handed batter. So Lowry still working from the mound, wearing number 34. Lineup today for Thomas Drugstore stays the same as it did the other night. As ball 3 low in the dirt gets by the backstop. But there to pick it up is Hoover, who's doing catching dude behind the plate as Steinberg, Vaught, Whitfield, Thomas, Shuck, Bowers, Boer, DePasquale, and Stewart will be the order here today. But now the pitcher on the flip side, and Lowry for Meyersdale Red has to work here from the rubber with a 3-0 count. And he'll push off here from the hill, but it's up high and taken for a ball. So Whitfield gets on base, and 3 consecutive walks had the Ducks on the pond for the cleanup hitter Aiden Thomas coming up to bat here at the plate. Meanwhile in the field, Lowry's on the rubber. Behind the dish is the Bowery-made Hoover. Down at first base is Doyle. Then at second is Delancy. Over at shortstop is Christner. Then at third base is another Christner wearing number 33. Left fielder is Seabold. Right fielder is Kelly. And center fielder is Bender. And the first pitch that Thomas sees, he takes upstairs for a ball. So a 1-0 count here on Thomas with the bases full. No room at the end here for Lowry. He's trying to work out of this jam, and he'll snap that one, but Thomas swings at the up high pitch, and the count evens at 1 apiece here on the pitcher Thomas. Recap back there in the first inning. Thomas faced the first batter in the order here for Meyersdale Red, and Bender, who drove one in the right field. Bender was ended up retired though there in a rundown. The batter Delancy was retired for the second out, and then Hoover got on base on a walk, but Hoover was caught stealing at second base by excellent throw from Whitfield to end the inning. So things didn't start the way there that Thomas Drugstore wanted, but they shorted end of the way they wanted it to, and now Lowry needs one more strike to get the batter Thomas here with a 1-2 count, I believe, and that one is taken there for ball number 2 to even it up at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Bottom of the first, we sit here in Garrett. A nice day for some baseball. Thomas working in the box here with 3-man on, and Steinberg, Vaught, and Whitfield respectively at third, second, and first. And here's the throw by Lowry over to shortstop. A bouncer, and picked up and thrown to first, and they'll get the batter Thomas. But Thomas drives home 1 run on the hit to shortstop. So 1 out here in the inning. But Thomas Drugstore gets on the board with their first run of the day thanks to the RBI ground out by Thomas. And in the process, Whitfield and Vaught move up to second and third, which is honestly what you can ask for there from Thomas. Of course, you know, you're always looking for the hit. And Thomas was able to put it in play, and that's all you can ask for if you're Thomas Drugstore. And they're not done yet here, sitting at only 1 out, and the batter Shuck up to the plate here with a 1-0 count against the pitcher Lowry. Shuck playing at third base today. Here comes the right-hander from the mound. Misses just on the outside of the plate for ball number 2, so the count goes to 2-0 here on the batter Shuck. Warriors number 45 has the nickname Colt 45. And we'll see what he can do at the plate here with a 2-0 count as the throw from the pitcher Lowry cracks the batter Shuck in the bat. He appears to be okay as that one sounded pretty hard off the bat of Shuck, but he'll trot down the first base line, and we hope he's okay. He took a hard one there right off the back. But he takes one for the team, and he's at first base. With the batter Lee Bowers coming up to bat for Thomas Drugstore. And now a mound meeting will occur between Lowry and one of the coaches here for Meyersdale. As Bowers coming up to the plates, sitting on deck will be Boer, and then the hole is to Pasquale. Lee Bowers wears number 42 in honor of Jackie Robinson. It's the first baseman coming set in the box here with the bases loaded up. And Lowry will come from the stretch here, and the first pitch home, low, and it goes back there against the backstop for a ball as the third base runner Vaught considered going home there. But I think that little step of hesitation, Vaught realized he couldn't score, but it's alright with 1 out. Still a little bit of risky business no matter where the ball is. Trying to steal home. There's nothing the matter with staying there at third base and putting the power in the bat of Bowers. But now Bowers hits a little grounder to the pitcher, and the throw home from Lowry is dropped at the plate by the catcher Hoover. I'm not quite sure if Vaught would have been safer out there at the plate either way. It was an awful close play, but it won't quite matter as the ball is dropped, and the second run of the day is plated by Thomas Drugstore, and it makes it a 2-0 ball game, and everyone moves up a base, and they remain full here for the batter Boer, who takes the first pitch he sees for a ball. As the batter, Boer, he's at second base today. Is the exact same as we talked about, just mentioned a little earlier. Exact same setup we saw the other day. Here and Garrett, same order, same positions, and now Lowry falls behind in the count with a 2-0 count sitting on the scoreboard here. Boer remains in the box with the bases full. Bottom of the first inning. We're in. 2-0 count here on the batter Boer. As the kick here and thrown low for ball 3. And with a 3-0 count here on Boer, and the base is full, Lowry has to be careful as he's got to try to work the count back. Here with a 3-0 count. 3 balls, no strikes. Lowry takes a deep breath from the rubber here for Meyersdale Red. 0-4 in the season, looking for their first one of the day here as he'll throw that one. A called strike there right at the letters, and the count goes to 3-1. So a strike taken there by the batter Boer. Nothing the matter with that with a 3-0 count, but now he has to work here with a 3-1 count. Lowry's trying to work the way back here at 3-1. And he'll throw home And a called strike right down the zone for strike number 2. And Lowry has 2 back-to-back strikes. And now a little excitement here with a full count, 1 out, and the bottom of the first base. And ducks still remain loaded up on the pond. So Lowry 2 strikes in a row, and we'll see what the pitch will be as the throw home. Just up high for ball number 4. So Brewer gets out of it there as he's able to get rewarded there with the full count, and he wins the battle as he'll take a trot down the first base line, and he'll sit at first, and one more run is plated across for Thomas Drugstore in a 3-0 ball game. And the ace batter today in the order for the home team here today, DePasquale, the left fielder, trying to keep the offense going here at the plate. Meanwhile, from the rubber comes Lowry. He tosses the first pitch to DePasquale, misses inside for ball 1. Nice day for some baseball here as Meyersdale had that impressive first game, I should say Meyersdale Thomas Drugstore, with both teams here today being Meyersdale, as they were able to knock off Berlin 16-1. But they were able to rack up 16 runs on the day, 3 home runs for Whitfield, and an overall impressive start on the mound there from Vaught, who pitched in that one. Thomas gets the call today for Thomas Drugstore. And then a nice game. They were able to move the record 2-0. Of course, their other win on the season came against North Star Stoystown, where they defeated the Cougars 4-0 in a no-hitter shutout, as Thomas pitched his way, allowing no hits in that one. So 2 really good games here for Thomas Drugstore to start the season. They're looking good here today, up 3-0 with the bases full, as Lowry throws that one for ball number 4, and one more run will score. So 4-0 score, the count goes. Excuse me, 4-0 the score goes, not the count, as a new batter will come up to the plate for Thomas Drugstore, and Stewart, the right fielder. And a 4-0 ball game here in Garrett, as coaches come out here to have a little conference between Lowry and the catcher, Hoover. Now Lowry will come back on the mound and continue to talk there to his coach. And he's trying to work out of here with 1 out, as that out came a few batters ago when Thomas grounded out to the shortstop of Christner, and Christner was there to retire him at first base, but in the process, Thomas Drugstore was able to get one more run across, as Thomas picked up an RBI on the sacrifice ground out. And now Lowry will come back set from the rubber, and he'll push off here. Here's the throw home, and then tight on the batter, Stewart. And a little bit of discussion there from the base coaches of first base coach Whitfield, and the head coach and manager down the third base line, and Vaught, Coach Vaughn, Coach Whitfield coaching the bases and helping out Stewart there to tell him to step out of the box. And now a called strike on Stewart evens up at 1-1 in a 4-0 ball game here in the bottom of the first inning. As Bauer stands at third base, over at second base it's Brewer, and at first base is DePasquale. And now a called strike on Stewart makes the count 1-2 here with 1 out. So a nice pitch there from Lowry moves the count to 1-2 here on Stewart. And now Lowry's trying to get the second out of the inning here, as he snaps from the mound, and a called strike 3 on the batter Stewart as he gets rung up on out number 2. An excellent pitch there by Lowry as he locates the corner of the plate and freezes the batter Stewart for out number 2. And back to the top of the order we go here for the home team, with Steinberg coming up the plate. Back in this early on, he let things off for Thomas Drugstore with a walk. And he'll get to face Lowry once more. And the first pitch taken for a ball there on the outside of the plate. Four to nothing ball game is where we set. Bases still remain juiced here for the top of the order in Steinberg. And he'll try to pick up a few RBIs on the day. And all he needs to do here is get on base with 2 outs, and now he has a 2-0 count as Lowry's pitch misses there once again on the outside of the plate. So a 2-0 count here on Steinberg, as Lowry snaps it home from the mound here. And this one, a called strike there right at the elbows of the batter Steinberg. Steinberg, they're taking it for strike number 1 in a 2-1 count. And now the phrase you could hear there from the first base side of Whitfield is "now you go," and a nice little check swing hit from the batter Steinberg, and he's rounding second, and he's going to go to third right on DePasquale's tail. And now Steinberg's going to round home, and now an inside the park home run for Gavin Steinberg. And Steinberg gets 3 RBIs, and 4 runs are plated to make it an 8-0 ball game as Meyersdale erupts. Steinberg there checked his swing as he just barely made contact with the baseball, as the barrel only came about halfway to his waist, but it was all he needed to get a little blooper in the right field. And that's all you have to do if you're Steinberg, and it pays off with an inside the park home run. And 2 outs still remain, but Thomas Drugstore is leading big here in the first, up 8-0. Here on the visiting Meyersdale Red baseball team, and Carter Vaught's up to the plate, and second pitch there just over the head for ball number 2. Here on Vaught. Very veteran and core group this Meyersdale Thomas Drugstore team has. And you can see how well they get along and how well they can produce both at the plate and on the field. On the flip side, though, Lowry is done and has a pretty strong outing so far on the day. And there you see another excellent pitch there from Lowry as he locates and gets that called strike. He's done a really good job today from the rubber, nibbling on those corners, and that's something that is tough to do, especially if you're a pitcher, to try and get those inside and outside called strikes on the zone. And Lowry doing a good job of that here today. But on the fourth pitch here on Vaught, misses for ball 3, and a 3-1 count here with 2 outs. Lowry trying to work the count back in his favor. Vaught stands with a 3-1 count, and now that will be ball 4, an inside pitch, put Vaught on base. And a fresh batter will come up to bat with Spencer Whitfield, wearing number 3, and a very impressive night from Whitfield, as many of us have raised, but an even more meaningful night there the other day from Whitfield as he rips one up in the air, back, and you can see that one later. Over the left field wall it goes. And Whitfield once again crashes one over the left field wall. And Whitfield congregates at the plate with the rest of his teammates. That one is out of here, and the score goes to 10-0. 11-0, excuse me, on the 2-run RBI blast. Whitfield scores. 11-0 game it goes. What a shot in the left field. And as I was mentioning it there, Whitfield the other night changed his number this year to number 3. in honor of the late passing of one of his good friends and a former Meyersdale baseball player, and had 3 home runs. And he said afterwards, I got to talk to him, 3 home runs in 3 innings. It was all for Trevor, he said. And he already has 1 more home run today in the first inning. And I think everyone knows he's looking down with a big smile up there. And Whitfield just keeps coming through at the plate. And Thomas Drugstore, an eventful first inning, as they're up big right now here in Garrett. And the batter, Thomas, comes to the bat here and fouls that one back, as Thomas already has an RBI on the day on that grounder to shortstop. And on the flip side, Lowry's trying to work his way out of this inning. And with a 0-2 count, Lowry's a strike away. Here's the payoff pitch from the mound. A swung on a miss. Thomas running it out on the drop third, and it's going to go over the head of the first baseman. And Thomas is going to get a triple, maybe more. And he's going to stand up with the stand-up triple, as Thomas on the strike 3, the drop strike 3. And he was able to beat it out, and he gets rewarded with not 1, not 2, but 3 bases. And goes over to third base. And he's just down the line, 60 feet away, for the batter Shuck coming up to bat. Here in the bottom half of this first inning. Shuck today at the plate. Was hit back by the pitcher earlier in this inning. He ended up coming around to score. And we'll see what he can do here with a 2-0 count. So that one a little bit upstairs to move the count to 2-0. As both red jerseys here for both teams, but the pants separates the color differential, black and white. The visitors wearing their black pants, meanwhile Thomas Drugstore in their white. And now a called strike, a nice pitch that laced right through the zone to make it a 2-1 count here on the right-hand batter of Shuck. And now here's the pitch. The batter Shuck held up, there on the corner pitch. And the home plate umpire says it's ball 3, so the count goes to 3 balls and a strike. As the pitcher Lowry trying to get back into it. And here's the zipper home. And a called strike, a nasty fastball, gets the inside corner of the zone. Lowry with a good job getting the count loaded back full. And now all he has to do is locate it right in the zone, and he'll get out of this inning. And he'll snap it here, and it's fouled back. A nice job there on the opposite side of the batter. Colt 45 to get a hold of that one and chop it foul to move it. The count to 3-2. And now here's the 7th pitch of the at-bat, low for ball 4. So he'll get on base and put runners at the corners. With the batter, Bowers up the bat. Bowers last time had a little blooper up to the mound, but got the first base on the fielder's choice. And he also picked up an RBI in the process. And now he'll flare one in the right field. And that one's going to get down in front of the right fielder for Meyersdale. And a double for Bowers puts him on second base. Another RBI. And Shuck moves over to third base. And Bowers picks up the double to right field. And adds on to Thomas's Drugstore lead here in a 12-0 ball game. And the batter, Brewer, up to bat. Here in the inning, as Brewer swings at the first pitch he sees for strike number 1. As Brewer's the 16th batter we've seen in this bottom of the first inning. And And he's got a chance to pick up a few more RBIs on the day with runners sitting at second, third base, and Bowers in shock. Lowry on the opposite side will throw. That one in and tight on the batter. Boer for ball number 1. And a 1-1 count it goes. Bottom of the first inning we're in. Handful of games going on here around the league today. A nice rip there by Boer, but it goes foul just over the third base line as Berlin is taking on Shanksville. As Berlin still looking for their first win of the year. So they're knotted up here with the Meyersdale red team here today for last place. And then Shanksville on the opposite side, 1-2 on the year, trying to get their second win of the season. Then over at Meyersdale Sheets and Denny Hainsworth team is hosting the visiting North Star Equipment team. And Meyersdale Sheets is a perfect 4-0 in the year. But Lowry gets a swinging strike 3 pitch. So Lowry gets 2 strikeouts on the inning. But Thomas Drugstore picks up 12 runs on the inning. And they'll be back out on the field here heading in to the top of the second. Stay with us, everyone, here on Luke Bowers, Sports Broadcasters YouTube channel. Maybe the order coming up here from the visiting Meyersdale Wed squad. 4, 5, 6 is how they'll be lined up. Lowry, Christner, and Doyle is how they'll come to the plate here in this second inning. Lowry trying to support his own cause here at the plate. Thomas still working from the mound for Thomas Drugstore, and he'll snap that one in for a swinging strike. As this isn't the first time Lowry's come to the plate here today, as he was batting back there in the first inning and was in the middle of his at-bat, but a great throw there from behind the plate, and Whitfield was able to catch the runner Hoover stealing. So Lowry there on the rule still comes up back to bat here with a fresh count, but now he has to work with no balls and 2 strikes as he gets called on the outside corner pitch from Thomas. And here comes the 0-2 from Thomas. Swung on and missed by Lowry. And another strikeout on the day by Aiden Thomas. Makes it the first out here in the top of the second inning. And the batter, Christner, coming up to bat here for Thomas Drugstore. As Thomas kicks, a throw, a called strike on the outside corners. We talked about Lowry there in the first inning. Thomas has done just a good job at finding the corners of the plate. And he's coming set once more again here with a 0-1 count here on the batter, Christner. And now, ball misses there for ball number 1, and the count goes to 1-1. It's the shortstop, Brandon Christner, wears number 3, batting 5th in this lineup for Meyersdale, and a swing and a miss for strike number 2 makes it a ball and 2 strikes here on the shortstop. Thomas, meanwhile, already has 2 strikeouts on the day. Those a pitch there that misses for ball number 2, so 2-2 count it goes here in the top of the second inning. Keeping the hitter honest there at the plate. And the batter, Christner, giving him all kinds of pitches to look at. And now he'll throw that one just on the outside edge of the zone. Just misses for ball number 3. And the 3-2 count as the batter, Christner, works the count back in his favor. So all Christner needs is a ball to get on base on the opposite side. Thomas only needs a strike to retire him here. And Thomas will deal from the rubber, and the swing and the miss as he gets the batter, Christner, going down on strike 3. And the second strikeout of the inning, and the third strikeout of the game for Thomas. Keeps the score at 12-0 in favor of Thomas Drugstore. And up to the plate here is Jackson Doyle. And the first pitch, called strike, he sees. Nice fastball there from the mound of Thomas. Puts the count at 0-1. Thomas standing from the mound here. And he'll throw this one and foul back off of the mask there of Spencer Whitfield, the batter made of Thomas. A good cut there from the righty and Doyle, as he's playing first base today for Meyersdale Red, and he was able to make a good cut on that one. But now he has to work here from the plate with a 0-2 count. Here's the 0-2 home. The off-speed pitch, a swing and a miss from Doyle. Down goes Meyersdale Red, 1-2-3. Thomas Drugstore comes up to bat here in the bottom of the second inning. And a 12-0 game. Stay with us, everyone. Bottom of the second coming up right after this.
gets up, he's going to use a wood bat too. He's been itching to try it. So.
Coming up the bat here in the bottom of the second for the home team is Chris the Pasquale, an 11-0 ball game. We apologize there as we were.
Just throwing strikes. Strikes only. Help your pitcher out, guys. Strikes only, Chris.
Meyersdale, Chris the Pasquale coming up to play here for the Meyersdale Thomas Drugstore team. Apologize, it's 11-0 game as we were a run ahead there. And a swing and a miss there. First strike. Number 1 here on the batter, the Pasquale. A few changes here on the field for the visiting team as a new pitcher comes in the pitch and the batter. Pitcher Christner, and a swing and a miss for strike number 2 on the batter to Pasquale. As Christner comes to the mound to pitch here for the visiting team, moving to shortstop is from the catching position as Hoover. And then going behind the plate is Lowry. So a few changes there for Myersdale Red. And now the pitch from Christner, taken for ball number 2 in the 2-2 count here on the Pasquale. As the kick and snap from the stretch is chopped over the third base. It'll go off the shortstop who is backing up the play in Hoover. So the Pasquale will pick up a hit there. An error might be counted or scored there on the third baseman for Myersdale Red, but that doesn't matter there for the home team in Thomas Drugstore. As the Pasquale picks up a base and so on first base here in the bottom of the second inning in a 0-11 baseball game. As batter for Thomas Drugstore stands in here on the plate. Anderson comes in. The pitch hit for Stewart. Most likely swap positions there in the upcoming inning as Stewart and Anderson have been swapping back and forth to right field this season. Of course, Myersdale Red only having 9 players, I believe. And Myersdale Black on the opposite side, or Thomas Drugstore, having 10. So some limited numbers. Road teams. And now the batter, Chase Anderson, awaits the next pitch and a swinging strike. Gets the batter Anderson swinging. And now here's the pitch from the mound from Christner. And the ball taken. Loads up the count at 3-2. 1 runner on base, no outs. Bottom of the second inning. Appreciate all of you tuning in to today's Low League action game and here in Garrett, Pennsylvania. As the full count throw, called strike 3, an excellent pitch there by the bat Christner. As Anderson apologizes, running up on strike 3, and that's out number 1 in the top of the order we had. With Steinberg up to bat, and here's the first pitch to Steinberg over to third base. The throw to first, not going to be in time as the first baseman for the visiting Myersdale team, and Doyle had to pull his foot to get off in the bottom of the second. So runners sit at first and second here with 1 out as Steinberg gets on base. And now Vought's up to bat, and Vaught takes the first pitch up high for a ball. A 1-0 count here on Vaught. After Vaught, it will be Whitfield, then Thomas, and Schuck. The batters waiting to come up to bat here, and an excellent pitch there from the pitcher, Braden Christner. Called strike 3, evens the count at 1-1. Christner gets a catcher mate, and Nolan Lowry the nod, and then must have liked the signal he saw there, and sure enough, a swinging strike from Vaught makes it 1-2. A nice pitch there from Christner. So 2 back-to-back strikes from Christner has Vaught at the 1-2 count. The off-speed pitch up high moves the count to 2-2. That one was up high, just above the letters of Vaught, and now a 2-2 count is where we stand, with runners at first and second, the bottom half of the second inning. Here's the throw, and that one is snared in the center field, and now rounding third is to Pasquale, going to second is Vaught, and a double for Carter Vaught puts Steinberg on third. 1 run is plated, and now the score sits at 12-0 for Spencer Whitfield up to bat, and a nice drive there from Vaught, who's able to work out of the 2-2 jam, and he gets rewarded with a double. And now up to bat here is Spencer Whitfield at the plate, and he'll drive that one smacked in the left field. Off the fence it goes. 2 will round, and Whitfield will go to second base on the double by Whitfield on the line drive. Snap to left field, and now the score goes up to 14-0 in favor of Thomas Drugstore. A nice line drive smack by Whitfield at the plate, and just like that, 2-run score, and Thomas Drugstore adds on, and they're up big 14-0 with the cleanup batter Thomas up to bat, and Thomas will chop that one foul down the first base line for a strike here in the bottom of the second inning. Thank all of you for tuning in and listening today. Don't forget, if you're not already, please like and subscribe down below. It's simple and easy. All you gotta do is click the red subscribe button. Doesn't cost you anything, and just like that, you're helping support our channel here as we're on the road to 1,000. And every subscriber counts, so if you wouldn't mind taking the time to do that, if you're not already, we greatly appreciate it. If you already are, we can't thank you enough for your time, as Thomas smacks that one foul. The off-speed pitch had Thomas swinging as that one a little late on the pitch, so just wasn't enough to hook it fair. So Thomas now sits with no balls and 2 strikes here in the box. The right-hand batter who's pitched today and is going 2 strong innings for Thomas Drugstore, and now that one misses for ball number 1. In the process, Whitfield moves up to third base, and he'll stand just down the line in scoring position here with a 1-2 count on the batter Thomas. Here's the throw from the mound from Christner, popped upstairs. That one's gonna bounce out of play though. Fouls it, got there in the trees. Leafs came down there right before, a few fans saying before that one, and now the count remains at a ball and 2 strikes. It's Thomas standing in the box here. 1-2 count as the pitcher Christner sets from the rubber, trying to get the batter out here and make it the second out of the inning, as he'll throw that one, but it's up high for ball number 2, so the count goes to 2 balls and 2 strikes on the righty Thomas. As Thomas pitches from the mound, a ball is taken though there by Thomas, and the count goes to 3 balls and 2 strikes as the pitcher Christner wears number 3. He's trying to get strike 3 here on the batter Thomas with a 3-2 pitch home, but Thomas stays alive as he gets the end of the barrel on that one and puts some lumber on it down the line foul, and keeps the bat going here at 3-2. Loaded full count, 3 balls, 2 strikes. And now from the mound comes Christner for the 7th pitch of the inning, and that one is driven into right field, and rounding first base is Thomas, and a double for Thomas One more run scores for Meyersdale. And Whitfield comes home and scores. And they add on to their lead with one more run. An excellent hit there by Thomas. A beautiful blast right over the second baseman's head and into right field. And still with 1 out remaining, the batter, Colt Shuck, will come up to bat here. Batting fifth and wearing 45 on his jersey. And the first pitch he sees, not what he likes, and it's a ball taken just up high here on the righty batter. So good hit by Thomas, keeps the offense going here in the second inning. A big first and second inning for Thomas Drugstore is giving them this lead, and now Shuck takes here on ball number 2. A good turnout here today. Some people lining up behind the plate that were not able to get there on the camera, but some others are sitting in the bleachers or sitting in their lawn chairs down the third base line, cheering on their respective teams here on some Monday night action from Garrett, Pennsylvania. Now a swing and a miss from Shuck in the box. A nice off-speed pitch there from Christner. And right there at the top of the zone, got the batter Shuck swinging. And now the count goes to 2-1 here on Shuck. As the throw home from Christner, driven into left field. That's going to get over the head and smack off of the fence out of play. So ground rule double it is. What a hit from Colt Shuck, as he got a hold of that one and it went flying into left field. And the double from Shuck clears the bases and brings up Bowers to the plate. Shuck goes to second base on the nice line snap hit to left field. And he's standing on second base here with the batter Bowers up to bat, and Bowers lays off the first pitch on the outside of the plate. So Christner comes back to the mound, 1-0 count, and he'll plate that one up high for ball number 2, and the 2-0 count goes here to the righty batter of Lee Bowers. And Bowers comes set, and now the throw swung on a miss there at the laces for strike number 1. And a 2-1 count here on the batter Bowers. Has the nickname Larry. A few of the teammates there in the dugout cheering him on. And now the 2-1 pitch from the hill. Tossed in and snapped into center field underneath of it, but it's going to get over the head of the center fielder. Bowers will go to second, and now Bowers will slide safely with a single and an error to score, move up to second base. Shuck goes over one bag to third base, and 1 out remains here with Hunter Brewer coming up to bat. And they're leading big 16-0 here in the bottom of the second. That one, a little bit of chin music on the batter Brewers. He's quick to get out of the box, and the ball 1 here opens up the count as Thomas Drugstore will be back here this Wednesday. Should say they'll be back to playing this Wednesday, as they'll be traveling to Kingwood to take on Rockwood. He's currently sitting at 2-1 on the year. And now here's the pitch from Meyersdale, Delancy's thrower, and a nice swing and miss pitch there from the mound. Gets the batter Brewer swinging. And Christner just needs a strike here, and he's done a good job at getting it so far as he kicks and throws home. And a ball just on the outside of the plate. Couldn't get the zone. And a 3-1 count it goes. So batter, Hunter Brewer. His mom works with my grandma over at Total Biz Fulfillment Center in Grantsville. And Brewer will take ball 4 and jog down the first base line. And grandmother and grandpap, we call Pap and Mar here today, not only to support me, but also Brother Lee standing at second base. And now the Pasquale's coming up to bat here with the bases loaded up once more. And on deck is Anderson and then Steinberg here in the second inning. And Christner will snap that one in there for a ball here on the Pasquale. It's Chris the Pasquale up to bat for Thomas Drugstore. Wearing the white pants, Under Armour logo, black undershirt, Easton gray helmet, and a cold strike right at the hands of the righty batter, the Pasquale. Gets the count at 1-1. Here on this evening, Laurel Highlands Lily game and Garrett, Pennsylvania, just down from Meyersdale. And I should say just up from Rockwood, in between those two. And both high school teams in Meyersdale and Rockwood. If you look at it now, in the high school action, if you flip it, Meyersdale and Rockwood both playing their seasons, as that one is taken up high. As I was mentioning, Meyersdale and Rockwood in the fight for the playoff race in high school baseball. Of course, both of these teams playing today are Meyersdale teams, so they'll both end up joining up together as one in high school here shortly down the road. So at the end of the day, they're all going to be teammates eventually, and it's just fun to play against one another as the Pasquale picks up the walk, and he'll add on one more RBI. And he'll take the place of Brewer at first base. Bowers moves to third, and one more run scores. We'll step aside for a quick break here in Garrett. Score sitting at 17-0 in favor of the home team. Now meeting clears, and Anderson comes up to bat. And the first pitch is up high for ball number 1. Here on the righty batter of Anderson. Second at bat of the inning. Struck out in his last appearance. And now here's the pitch that's cracked up to the pitcher, Christner. They'll go home with it. And they'll get the runner, Bowers, out there on the fourth out for out number 2 of the inning.
Settle in. Scoot up a little bit. Settle in. Nolan, good job. Way to catch that and do that.
So now here's the batter Steinberg. 2 outs, and Steinberg will snap one up to short. Right there with it is Hoover, but Hoover, a nice grab there at shortstop. Couldn't get the throw over in time to get the batter Steinberg. And holding up at third base is the Pasquale, but another run scores here for the home team and brings up Vaught to the plate as Steinberg with another RBI on the day. And now here's the pitch to Vaught, who flies it up in the center field, but they'll get over the head of the center fielder. And one more run will come across. Bases remain loaded as Vaught picks up a single in the center field. And here comes Spencer Whitfield to the plate. In the bottom of the second, 19-0 game here in Garrett. 2 outs, Whitfield up to bat. 2 for 2 on the day, and he'll fly that one out in the left field. And there into the pocket. What a catch by the left fielder. And that's the third out of the inning. A great grab there from the left fielder's got a smile on his face, and he'll trot back to the dugout on a big left field catch, and that will close out the second inning. So we'll be back right after this in Garrett. The visitors coming to the plate. Steinberg comes in the pitch here for Thomas Drugstore. A few changes made as Vaught takes the position of Steinberg in center field, and then back into the game in right field is the player who wears number 81 for the home team in Stewart as he goes to right field here in this top of the third inning as a swing and a miss there by the Myersdale leadoff batter, puts the count at 2 strikes. That evens it up at 2-2. Here on the right fielder of Kelly. Kelly wears number 25, has the orange bat in his hands, and the snap throw from Steinberg just outside for ball number 3. Is it to the left of the plate there? So now the count's full here on Steinberg. And here's the 3-2 pitch. Misses outside for ball number 4, so the batter Kelly gets on base, and that will bring up Friend to the plate here for the visiting team. As I should have said, now that I'm thinking about that, Vaught actually was set to pitch here in this inning, as Thomas actually pitched the last 2 innings. So Vaught went out there to begin his warm-up pitches, but then they just swapped Thomas over to shortstop, put Vaught in center field, then transitioned Steinberg over there to the pitching mound. And now up to bat here is Friend at the plate as Steinberg comes set. And here's the throw. swing and a miss there
That's it.
by the right-handed batter.
There's a smile.
Steinberg gets a swing and a miss. 2-2 on his jersey, and here's the pitch home. A swing and a miss
That's it, Chloe. That's it.
for strike number 2.
We're not talking about gaming.
Puts the count at the batter at 1-2. Steinberg from the rubber, the toss home, low and outside. Puts the count loaded up at 3-2.
Still 2 strikes. If it's close, hit it. But don't help him out.
So 3-2 count here. Top of the 3rd inning, runner at first base. And here's the throw home. Strike 3 called right down the pipe.
How many?
And a backwards K for Steinberg is the first out here in the 3rd inning.
Come on, Cam. Hey, G. G, smile and have fun, okay? Come on, just have fun out there.
And now up to the plate is the batter, Kelly, the right fielder. And now a swing and a miss here by the leadoff hitter, the 3rd hitter, on the day. And Kelly is here at the plate. As X might have had, appears that Christner is actually at first base here for the visiting team. Has had an error there on my lap card, but now that one is hit over to Shuck, and Shuck will fall down. As a good effort there by the 3rd baseman, but Kelly will get on base and move up Christner to 2nd base. The runners at 1st and 2nd. Here for the visiting Myersdale Red baseball team. As the pitch from Steinberg just missed there, a little bit low on the kneecaps. For ball number 1 is Steinberg making his first pitching appearance on the year, as he'll step and throw. Not a bad pitch there on the outside of the plate, but it misses for ball number 2. To move the count to 2-0. And with 1 out, here comes the 2-0 pitch from the mound of Steinberg's hand. And a called strike right there at the belt. There in the zone for a strike, and that's the first strike of the at-bat. Puts the count at 2-1. A good job there by the lower end of the battle to set the table for these upcoming batters. And now a good job at the plate here for the visiting team. Puts the count at 3-1. And here's the 3-1 home from Steinberg. A swing and a miss is strike number 2. And now the count is loaded up at 3-2 here at the plate. So Steinberg will snap this one home. Here's the 3-2. And a called strike 3. A strikeout for Steinberg, the 2nd of the day. And a nasty pitch there at the plate is strike number 3. And now up to the plate is Jordan Delancy here for the visiting team. And that one is hit over to 2nd base and tagging 2nd base to get out of the inning. As Delaney grounds out, and that will be the final out of the game. And a good game by both teams, but Thomas Drugstore gets the 19-0 victory. A big game it was for them, and an overall great effort from the whole team of Thomas Drugstore. Everyone hit, put the ball in play, and did an excellent job at manufacturing runs here today, and they'll round the bases with a 19-0 victory. And that will do it here from Garrett. Well, this Thomas Drugstore team will be back in action on Wednesday at Kingwood to face Rockwood. We won't have the call on that one, but we might be back here on the YouTube channel this Saturday. And if you don't want to miss it, then make sure that you subscribe and like the video. That way you don't miss out on any of the upcoming events here on the YouTube channel. So if you want to tune in then, we'd be more than welcome to have you listen in. But as for today, that will do things here from Garrett. A big 19-0 victory for the home team of Thomas Drugstore puts their season record at 3-0, while Meyersdale Delaney drops to 0-5. Well, we thank you all for listening. We hope that you have a blessed and wonderful night. But as for us here in Garrett, that will do it. And a final score, 19-0. Thanks for listening, everyone, and have an excellent night.